So why should radio people think twice about designing their own station websites? Well, today we'll uncover some of the pitfalls of DIY design and explain why expert insights can make all of the difference.
You're listening to Better Radio Websites, the definitive podcast for radio professionals who want their websites to generate more traffic and substantial revenue. Get time-tested techniques, secret tricks, and valuable tools in online content, marketing, analytics, security, social media, and much more. Ready for your radio station to dominate digital in your market? Here we go.
Hi, it's Jim, and welcome to Better Radio Websites, the podcast that wants to help you get more visitors and the most revenue from your radio station website. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. If you haven't yet, be sure that you are subscribed to this podcast. And if you're watching this on YouTube, getting the video version, be sure that you like and subscribe. Again, thanks a lot for tuning in this week. We're talking about DIY design versus expert design. And by nature, I have a do-it-yourself spirit. Always have, and radio has embraced that. That's probably why I just love radio so much. It embraces that DIY, do-it-yourself spirit because, well, as you know, everybody in the radio station at one time or another is called on to wear multiple hats. And so you kind of have to think outside and think for yourself at every single turn. And I absolutely love that about the business. But some radio station managers and owners can think, okay, well, we do this DIY, do-it-yourself thing with all of the other parts of our business. How about we just do that with our websites as well? Just keep in mind that just because you can do something yourself like web design doesn't mean that you absolutely should. Because, I mean, if you think about it, you may have somebody at the radio station that can design a website. That's great. You're automatically thinking cost savings. However, if you think about how much time and energy and effort it's going to take to do things on the back end later on, fixing things and something may not work right, and all kinds of other levels of, is this website actually engaging our listeners and our advertisers versus just saving us money, you're going to find that expert insights are going to really save you time and save you money in the long run. So today we're going to be diving into why embracing a professional website design could turn your radio station's website from just a digital footprint into a powerful tool for audience engagement and revenue generation. That's going to be important because I think that a lot of radio station managers, they don't foresee making money with their website because they do radio. They don't do website. We've always taught anybody that we've come in contact that we should think about the website as another radio station. The homepage is the morning show. Each place that there is an ad position, that is a stop set. Each one of the ads that are rotating in each one of those positions, those are commercials. You can have sponsorships on the weather page or special news pages or sports pages and stuff like that. So you really have all of these elements that are the same as a radio station. The content on your station website is programming. A digital content director is really the program director for the website. And so when you have that mindset, it's a whole lot easier for radio people to get on board because a lot of folks, like I said, they don't really think about the website as a revenue generation machine, and it should. It should not just be a link to the stream and to get 2 or 3 more listeners every month. It should actually be generating revenue with the content that you put there. And so that's kind of where we're going here in this conversation, is setting goals for your website. A lot of radio station managers out there, they'll say, we need a website or we need a new website, but in their mind, they don't have a goal for this website. They just know that they need a new website because the station across town redid their website and it looks cooler than ours, so now we need to redo our website. No, well, let's first think about what are the goals of this website. Without defining clear, actionable goals, your website is run a risk of being a ship without a rudder. All right, so it's just aimlessly sailing out there and it has no purpose. And believe it or not, your listeners, your visitors that come to the website and your advertisers, they will eventually absorb this. This website really doesn't do anything for me. And they'll wonder why. It's because it's that ship without a rudder. It does really nothing for either one, either the visitors or the advertisers that want to be there. So ask yourself, if you're thinking about redoing your website or getting a new website, why do we need this website? What are the goals of this website going to be? The goals of your radio station is to get more listeners. That's right. And get more revenue from adjusting your programming in order to get more advertisers onto the radio station, right? Those are the same goals that your website should be having. Great content brings in visitors. We show advertisers how many visitors are coming. They give us money to be there in front of that audience. When you have these goals in place, your entire team can know, okay, the goal is this. We need to do things and adjust the way that we're doing things on the website in order to go to these goals. Not just because we need to put something on the website today. Is it actually moving toward that goal that we have set? All right. So that is going to be very, very important. It's going to also play into all of that is things like what can we do to keep the website fast? Like image optimization. If you have somebody on your team that doesn't know anything about anything website design and they pull a picture off of their phone that they took of a fire downtown or something like that, and that image is 4 megapixels and it's on the website, it's going to slow that website down. And a slow website, it's going to cause a negative user experience. People going to your website are not going to be wanting to come back to this slow loading website anymore. They're going to go see if that news story is somewhere else. So all of those things play into that goal that we are setting for our radio station website. And so without those well-defined goals, your content teams are in the dark. Your sales teams, they're going to struggle to articulate what they have available to sell. Do you have a digital inventory list that lists out all of the places on this website that are available to sell? Without that, they don't know what's available. And so they're just going to focus on what they do best, and that is radio selling. When your objectives include boosting specific types of interactions and traffic, your sales team, they can confidently sell their targeted ad spaces or promotions. They can use that digital inventory list to know exactly what to sell, where to sell it, how often is it being sold, how much is it, everything like that. Aligning all of those advertising opportunities directly with the user activity and engagement. So setting clear goals isn't just about having a direction. It's about making sure that every part of your website works together efficiently and effectively to meet those targets. So let's say you do have all of your goals set. Everybody is on board and working toward those. What kind of content do you put on your website? Well, you can't just go by intuition on this. You really need to get into the data and figure out what is going to work and what doesn't work. That's going to be something that you're going to be doing over time. So when you just start a website, you may put a lot of news, events, contests, that sort of thing on your website. Look at the analytics and see what's working. See what's not working. What kinds of stories didn't get any clicks at all? Nobody opened it. And what kinds of stories got the most engagement? Do more of those stories. So unless you are actually tracking the data, you're still going to be on that side of the ship without a rudder, and you're not going to know what works. The types of content that doesn't work may be easier for your content teams to do. And if they're putting a lot of content that your audience just does not want, then you're not going to see that engagement. You're not going to see those clicks. You're not going to see those impressions that you need in order to gain more advertisers. So that goes against your goal. That's why analytics is very, very important. Analytics is going to teach you all kinds of things about your website. It's a very deep dive. I'll go ahead and tell you that now. If you haven't experienced Google Analytics, it can get very, very intense. Fortunately, There are hundreds of YouTube videos that can help you get the exact data that you're looking for. Now you can adapt and refine your website over time. And if a certain feature of your website is not engaging users, as we said, then you can tweak it or even get rid of it. And this ensures that your website is always going to remain relevant and engaging. Using the data not only helps optimize the user experience, but it also validates everything that your team is doing against those goals. And so that is very, very important. Now, the focus on data-driven decision-making, that right there really ties into why radio professionals shouldn't design website. When you get a website professional, you also get their analytical and their technical knowledge that knows that every design choice that is in the website, it's been strategically effective in the past, and it's responsive to your audience's ever-evolving needs. So that's not something that you're going to get with the kid that designed his high school website, and now he works for the radio station. All of that years of technical knowledge is what you're going to get when you get a website service, or you actually get somebody who is in a professional website design business. Now, some common design mistakes and some of the psychology behind it. Radio professionals, they often add these design elements they seem appealing and fun, like excessive animations, but they don't consider their impact on the user experience and the functionality of the website. One example that comes to mind, I remember seeing a radio station website. It was Eagle 101 or 96 or 97 or something like that. And they had this eagle that floated across the bottom of the website continuously on a loop. It just flew across. And I'm like, and the purpose of that is, and I'm like, okay, they want to remind that people that the name of the radio station is Eagle. And these things may seem cute and fun to you, but why? You could inadvertently clutter the website, slow it down, because that little animation, they're often huge in file size, so it's going to slow down the homepage from loading, and it's going to distract from the content, the reason why somebody would come to your radio station website. Perhaps you mentioned a news story talking about a house fire in town or something like that, and you posted that on your website, and that's going to be difficult to read when you have this eagle flying across the screen or whatever that excessive animation might be. So those are things that a professional web designer is going to advise against heavily. The psychology of web design teaches us that first impressions, they are so critical. Users form opinions about the website within seconds. So visual hierarchy, the color schemes that you use, the navigation, it all must be thoughtfully designed to ensure they're attractive and functional and quick. The right balance can dramatically increase user engagement, retention, and the likelihood that they're going to return to your radio station website. Prioritizing this function over form and what looks cute and is really keeping the visitor in mind. It's not what you think is cute, it's what they're going to think is functional and informational, and keeping them coming back. Ensuring that the site is accessible, easy to navigate, and quick to load should come way before any kind of decorative design choices like that. And this approach enhances user satisfaction and supports SEO and mobile responsiveness, which are crucial now to online visibility and engagement. The combination of common design errors and the importance of psychology-based design highlights why expertise in the web development field is critical. And radio personnel, they're creative and they have great knowledge of the radio industry. But professional web designers bring a deep understanding of user behavior and the technical requirements that are necessary to have a fast-loading website and to have a website that's going to be great for SEO and all of these other different elements to ensure that the website is not only visually appealing, but strategically tailored to meet your expectations It means accomplishing your goals while being appealing to your listeners. Now, the allure of DIY website design, that can be strong, especially when budgets are tight, and I totally get that. However, the expertise of a professional designer or website service partner is going to far outweigh the cost and the time savings of the DIY approach. We've heard from radio stations who had somebody come in from a local college or whatnot, and they designed their website, but then the guy left. Nobody at the radio station knew how to update the website on a technical standpoint. So, he moved off, he got a job in some other state or whatever like that. And so the website is now either down, or it is outdated, or it's just totally irrelevant. And so and then that can be a cost factor. So if you have advertisers that either want to be on the website or still on the website and not paying for it, nobody knows how to swap them out or do whatever. DIY projects can also lead to less secure websites. They may not be thinking of every little nuance and people hacking your website. They're probably not thinking about SEO and all of the little tags that need to be in the code to properly ensure that your events are actually found as events and not just regular posts and stuff like that. So you have all of these things that you need to keep in mind. All of this can result in lower traffic, poor user engagement, and ultimately a decrease in revenue from online advertisers. The lack of professional design can also reflect poorly on your brand. So like I said, if the guy moves off and the website is either down or it just looks like garbage, then it's going to make your radio station either look like it's down or look like garbage. All right. So it's going to suggest a lack of professionalism on the part of your listeners and, most importantly, your advertisers. Why do I want to advertise there? They had this eagle flying across the bottom of the screen. So crafting a website that resonates with listeners and maximizes revenue isn't just a technical task that you need to do. It's an art form that requires creativity and precision. The DIY spirit, it's synonymous with radio and very, very commendable. I mean, I spent 16 years in radio, so I know all about that. And you can hire people that actually know all of the right skills to pull all of this off. And a great looking website, but only a great looking website is only going to go so far. If you're going to have somebody on board that actually is a professional website designer, you're going to need to ensure that you always have a professional web designer on staff, not just for a short term, just to build the radio station website, because like I said, that person can move off. Now, nobody at the radio station knows how to operate the website. The specialized skills of a professional website service, they're going to be indispensable, because the only thing that the radio station personnel needs to do is to operate and get content on the station website. They don't have to worry about all the technical aspects, hosting, keeping the hosting secure, that sort of thing. So that's why a service is probably a whole lot better to go with than if even hiring a DIY designer that is in-house, because you're still going to have to pay for hosting and that sort of thing. The main goal, though, is to find somebody and find a service that is going to create a digital presence for your radio station website that truly amplifies your station voice and accomplishes those business goals that you set for the website. We want to help make your website a destination where listeners feel at home and advertisers, they see the value immediately in your product. Reach out to us at skyrocketradio.com. We'd love to help you on that journey. I hope this information helps you make informed decisions about the direction that you want to go, either with your new website or if you're thinking about redoing your station website. Reach out to us at skyrocketradio.com. We'd love to help you in that journey. And either way, we'll just give you direction, no sales pitch or anything like that. We'd love to help radio people accomplish their business goals, even if it's not with us. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. Have an awesome week online, making your radio station website better. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to Better Radio Websites. Remember to subscribe, leave a rating or comment, and share this episode with your team and radio colleagues. For show notes, archived episodes, and more free resources, visit betterradiowebsites.com. Need help starting or making your radio website better? Visit skyrocketradio.com.